And now, Louis will give his speech.
Thank you very much. How are we doing tonight? Yeah? Well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Louis Northern, and today I have the distinct honor and pleasure to stand next to two of my favorite people in the world as they married one another. How about that? These guys are married. Beautiful venue. How about the venue? Beautiful ceremony. Beautiful weather. I think a special thank you should go out to Mr. Doug Field for that today. Doug, thank you, sir, for not making it rain. Well played. So I've known Field now for a little over 10 years. We met early on in our undergraduate days, and just as an aside, if you refer to your college days as undergraduate, people automatically assume you just went to graduate school. So it's just a little trick I picked up shortly after my undergraduate studies. Anywho, Field and I have had a lot of adventures in our days, and when he let me know that I was going to be headlining his wedding, I wasn't sure where to start, or even if I wanted to do that. It turns out, I did. And I think the best place to start is at the beginning. Brian likes to tell a story of the first time we hung out outside of class. He and I went to school at UGA. Do we have any dogs in the house? How about any LARs? You got any LARs? Oh, just like one or two. We both studied landscape architecture. And so our class was probably like 80 or so. It's a small class, but our first few classes were sort of large lecture halls, and so I'd see this guy, but I never really get to hang out with him. And so one night at a bar called Boar's Head, I see him, his happy-go-lucky smile, and he's wearing a green polo, but you didn't remember what you were wearing. Do you remember what I was wearing? Awkward. I was wearing a cowboy hat. So I saw Brian out, and we ended up hanging out. And I think this part of the story that he's most fond of is sometime during the night I ended up giving him a kiss on the face. Now, for those of you who know me, well, you know that I'm a pretty affectionate guy, and if I've had anything to drink, then I'm super lovey. And I guess I just thought, maybe this guy wants a man kiss. Not sure, but apparently he's into that sort of thing, because here I am. The truth is, I knew immediately that I was going to like this guy, and I wanted him to stick around, and that was like all I could come up with at the time. It's funny though, because I normally don't kiss on first dates. Yes, I do. Word to the wise though, I'm going to be boozing tonight, so if you're standing next to me, you better pucker up. Why'd I look at your mom when I said that? Good question. Good question. So Field called me one day and said he was going to propose to his beautiful, awesome girlfriend, and I was like, whoa, 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 this is a big deal, man. I mean, how do you know you're not rushing into things? I mean, only a decade? Just kidding. You know what I say, life is not a race. You save that attitude for racing. Speaking of races, this guy runs marathons. How about that? 26 miles. This guy can run 26 miles in one sitting. Okay. When Field asked me to be his best man, I remember thinking, I wonder what the bridesmaids are going to look like. Just kidding.
You're not kidding. That's
No. Actually, the first thing I thought of was this moment. And I remember thinking, what am I going to talk about? This is a lot of responsibility. I want to tell some stories that crack jokes, and I also want to honor my dude. What do I talk about? And then I thought, I've got it. So once upon a Friday evening, I was eating dinner, and I received a text message from Brian Field, and it said, we should go to Costa Rica. So I replied, yeah, we should go to Costa Rica. To which he replied, we should go to Costa Rica Monday. To which I replied, yes. So that's what we did. It gets even better. He said, I asked my buddy Jared Kern to go, you're going to like him. And you know what? I did. I loved him. But it gets even better. So toward the tail end of the trip, we went to a place called Manuel Antonio. It's a beautiful location on the beach, Rainforest Preserve beach, just absolutely breathtaking. And one of the days, Brian and I decided that we were going to go trekking. So we made our way out to the beach. It's on the southern end of the beach, the Rainforest Preserve, and it's just on the other side of this estuary that's feeding into the ocean. And so we get down there, and it didn't look like it was like too wide or too deep, and so we decided we're just going to walk across this. And we did notice that there's this guy charging money to ferry people back and forth, but we just thought, that's stupid. Let's just walk. So that's what we did, and I get like halfway across, and the water's really murky, and can't see through it, but it was pretty easy to negotiate, and I started getting curious. Why are these people taking boats across? And so the next boat that came across, I said, well, why are you taking a boat across? And there's a lady in the boat, she pointed at where she may have thought my feet were. Said, because there's crocodiles in there. And I just remember thinking, crocodiles?
Yeah.
That one went way better in my head. So now I'm feeling more like lunch, and not only can I not see my kneecaps, but there are effing crocodiles in here. And so immediately I whip out my knife, so I have something to drop when the crocodile bites my leg. And I pick up the pace, and it only took me like 20 seconds to get across, but it felt like at least 25. Anyhow, we made it across, and we had like an awesome day of hiking, cool beaches in there. It was great. And that was like behind us, and everything was all good. But then this is where the story gets really weird. So on our way out, we have to cross this estuary again, and so we're making our way out, and Brian just starts walking right into the crocodile soup. And it's high tide by now, and I'm thinking there's going to be some sort of swimming situation going on. My brain just couldn't take it. I was like, Brian, what the hell are you doing? Let's get in one of these boats. It's like $10. It's like $5 per leg. That's a really good deal. And he snaps around and looks at me with determination in his voice and conviction in his eyes, and he says, Louie! And I was like, oh yeah, Field had been to Costa Rica before, and I was thinking, oh, he's been here before. He's getting ready to tell me about how it's high tide now, which means that the saltwater and pH balance are offset to the point that the crocodiles don't like it, so they're way upstream by now, and it's all good. Like, literally the words I thought they were going to come out of his mouth. And he looks at me, and he goes, Louie, don't be a P word. And he turns around, and he just keeps walking, and I was so confused. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then all I could hear was my mom's voice saying, Louie, if your friends walked through crocodile and shark-infested water, would you too? Yep. Turns out I would, Mom. Sorry about that. For the record, she has not ever heard this story, and she will never hear this story. She already thinks I'm crazy enough. So I'm making my way across, and there's this local dude chopping up coconuts for like a refreshing treat after your boat ride. And he sees the two of us just walking across, and he stops mid-chop and just stares. And I'll never forget this guy's face. I could read it like a book. He said, Los Gringos is loco. I think his Spanish needed a little work too. Anyway, we finally get across safely, and Brian doesn't say anything, just keeps walking. He goes to this hut that I'd seen him at earlier, and it turns out that he had picked out this sarong that he had planned to give to Aaron as a souvenir. And all he had money left was for this stupid sarong that Aaron could have. And so, meaning that Brian Field just risked both of our lives so Aaron could have this colorful piece of fabric that I'm certain she doesn't even have anymore. But that's when I knew Brian Field was in love. He had found something that he thought would make his lady happy, and was willing to do whatever it took to make that happen for her. And that's why I'm so confident about what they did today. If you guys can just remember what it takes to make each other happy and are willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen, you'll be doing just fine, I know it. It's also the day that I confirmed to myself that I would, beyond a shadow of a doubt, actually follow my man Field anywhere. I thought a lot about that. I gotta say, Field, even if there's crocodiles in there, if you're in there, I want to be standing right next to you. Today you started a brand new family with a wonderful woman, and I think that you'll find that most days will bring you smiles. But if ever life delivers anything short of that, I want you to remember that no matter what, for as long as I'm able, I'll be standing next to the both of you. I may not be able to fix those smiles, but I can sure as hell stand with you. Brian, I love you with all of my heart. That was not a funny part. I really do.
Louie's gonna kiss him now.
Say that later. I'm so proud of the both of you, and I'm so happy for the both of you. I couldn't be happier. I'd just like to say, cheers to Brian and Aaron Field.